Just waiting for this vaccination. Minute.
Well, I've not been out of my house.
And
Yeah.
you go down there, and I expect to have
5,
to wait in.
4,
Hello.
3,
Yes.
2, 1. My goodness me,
Yeah.
that John can talk.
Yes, he can.
There's a rumour around that John Hutchinson breathes through his ears.
Not at the moment. I've got headphones on.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
boys and girls, and there's Con. Con's looking ever so well, and shut up, John, for goodness sake. How is Con?
I'm grand. I'm grand.
Oh, that's
Looking forward
lovely.
to today.
Oh, that's terrific. So, shall we get the show on the road?
A long time ago, when the earth was green, there was more kinds of animals than you'd ever seen. They'd run around free while the earth was being born, but the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born.
And there we are. We have liftoff, everybody, and I'm sure the sound was lovely that time and the vision was lovely, and because Zoom have not played any tricks on us this week. But it was wonderful. I've had a lovely week this week, Con. Absolutely gorgeous. The weather's been terrific in Eastbourne. Well, not terrific, but good enough in Eastbourne. And I've been out walking a little bit, keeping myself fit. Very, very busy. I'm doing a tremendous project for Victoria at the moment, which is for, not Glastonbury, my son's picnic and pop affair, which is a huge festival, and it's going on this year. And by the way, everybody's been lovely this week. I haven't had to mute anybody, but I'm going to mute all now, and you're going to unmute yourself, Con. And here we go with my mute all. There we are. Everybody is muted, and it's lovely and quiet and silent. And silence.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
I'm still talking, and the silence is gorgeous, Con. And over to you.
Yeah, what a great week I've had as well. And we did quite a lot of filming, a lot of videotaping and things. And I suppose everybody's had a good week. I hope so, anyway. How was your week? Does everybody have a good week? Yeah. My week was full of, as I say, filming, recording, and then we did an interview for John, who plays at was a piano sing-along. What was that deck all about? A piano sing-along.
Yes, Con. It was the guy. If people cast their minds back to Shep's Banjo Boys, ring a bell with anybody? Oh, Stephen's nodding his head. Sue, you can't remember? No, John, no. Shep's Banjo Boys. They did a lot of support work with us, and we famously did the Golden Garter in Wythenshawe, which is a very famous, huge club. And we played that. We were the first ones ever to do it. We played for 3 weeks on the trot. 3 weeks, which was unheard of in those days. And then the next year we played another 3 weeks. And the guy, the
4
chef...
weeks, I think. 4 weeks.
Well, I thought it was 4. And then John corrected me and said, no, it was 3. I agree with you, Con. It was 4 weeks. And you remember, John, he was with the Shep's Banjo Boys.
Yeah. They were regulars there, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, lovely chap, John. John, one of the lads, and he's got his own program now. So we were supposed to do about 10 minutes talking to him. We finished up doing nearly an hour. I nearly kept Deck late for his appointment.
As usual, Con, people get us on for 10 minutes and we do tend to keep talking. But I must say, he has a lot to learn about interviewing because he kept interrupting us. And the thing about people like us, I mean, this was the great, I mean, Jonathan Ross and people like that, Graham Norton, when they're interviewing, notice the way they interview. They just start the person going, whoever it is, Samuel Jackson, start them going, and away they go. And they're terrific, and they keep going. Except if you get Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando was notorious for just saying, yep, nope, yep. So, did you have anything exciting, Con? That's what I want to know.
No, not really. I think that was the highlight of the week, doing the interview for John. What else can I tell you about?
Well, what you're supposed to say now, Con. Well, what exciting thing happened to you, Deck?
Oh yeah, what exciting thing happened to you, Dick? Do
I hate to be the harbinger of bad news, and I always cloak it as being good news. The good news is the person is getting better. The bad news was my granddaughter, Layla, she's at public school, as people probably know. She's 13 years of age now, and her daddy lives in Dubai, which is one of the safest places in the world for COVID. You wouldn't believe it, she decided, or Louisa, my daughter, decided that she could go over to Dubai, safest place in the world, and she could do her online studies, because you probably know this, but the private schools have really got the online study worked out. She starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and finishes at 4 o'clock in the evening. And there were extracurricular stuff going on until 6 o'clock. I mean, they take it deadly serious, and she loves it. But the idea was that she could go over to Dubai and do her study over there, just the same. Decided to go over, and you wouldn't believe it, but her daddy got COVID, as did his current wife. So the whole thing was up in the air, but now, yesterday, she was able to go. So she went to Heathrow, and of course Emirates, the airline that she flies with, she gets on the big planes now, just like getting on a bus, and we laugh about it. But they looked after her beautifully, and she was met at the other end by her uncle, Moose, and she's as happy as that. And of course her little brother, Jude, had no idea she was coming. So they tell me that when Jude saw her, he went absolutely berserk. How about that, Con?
Oh, brilliant. Well, she's a lovely girl. She is. I think she'll do very well in whatever career she decides to go into.
Yeah.
I love chatting to her. You know, she's great whenever I can get down there. Yeah. But lovely girl, and she's doing a little bit in show business as well, isn't she? She's
films,
loads of auditions for various shows and things. What she got in the pipeline at the moment?
Well, Daniel, that's Louisa's fella, he's away filming today, so the filming industry is starting to get back together, and she is my chief camera lady, but unfortunately with COVID, she's not allowed up here. But here is really what people want to see. Been very, very big success this with the lockdown people on the Sunday, the old days, and September 2015, Con. We got a little bit from 2015. Let's have a look at it, shall we?
So, what did we get up to last night? Well, I entered the UK and Republic of Ireland national speech competition, and here I am getting my participation certificate.
Yeah, round of applause then.
And the result? I came second. I was robbed.
Always the bridesmaid. Well, this is the day that I came second in the competition. I was absolutely robbed. I came second and third, actually.
I thought you would have won. You should have won.
Now, the good news is, if the guy that came first can't make it, the next one, which is actually 2 away from being the UK and the Republic of Ireland champion humorous speaker.
That is fantastic.
That's me saying funny stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if he doesn't make it, in other words, if I could get somebody to break his leg.
I know somebody.
Really?
Yeah. I can't think of his name at the moment, but I'll think of it.
Yeah.
So if anybody's watching this, and if they know anybody that could break somebody's legs, I didn't mean that. I honestly didn't mean that. But anyway, we're just getting ready to go on and do our show. Where are we tonight? Woking.
Yeah, Woking.
Delightful club in Woking.
Yeah.
And I think they've, so what they call, they've saved up a lot of money. I think, do you know, I heard tonight, they told me that the brewery is actually financing this tonight.
Wow. So they should. So they should.
Yeah. Okay, so see you when we see you next.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you on the next show.
That's the man who's going to work out. It's our drummer. My God. And there's all the lights. All the lights. You're going to turn them on, yeah? Nice. This is a show that we do at least once a year for the locals in Warden, which is a little village and up in Shrewsbury. And we do it for a good friend called John. There's John over there actually at the door. Can I zoom in on John? I can, that's John. John Gittins. So here we are at our favourite yearly charity show.
Indeed,
Warden,
yeah.
Warden, isn't it? Yeah. Warden Village Hall.
Worthing Village Hall.
Yeah.
And we do a show every year for a friend, John Gittin.
And he was the boss of JCB.
Yeah,
The big high Mac people, bulldozer people. and
that's
all
right,
that,
yeah. Lovely man.
Lovely man. What does it feel like to be a superstar?
Well, I've been around a long time now, as you know.
What's your name? I
My
can
name's Ian
never.
Sludgley. I
Are you
actually
sure?
worked.
Are you
I
positive?
worked with an act called The Bachelors. I don't know whether you've heard of them. It's singers from Ireland.
In Blackpool, he worked with us.
They had a hit record called I Believe, I Believe.
Really? I believe.
I believe they did, yeah.
Ian Smith is a great pal of ours.
I know. Now you've got to say something funny now. I know it's very hard, but
For me,
yeah,
not really.
yeah.
I was in an aquarium in Blackpool last week.
Really?
And there was a great big fish tank. And there was a fish in this tank named Bob. I know his name was Bob because all the others were behind him going,
Here we are, old mates from too long ago.
in
yeah.
Shropshire.
And he's doing 10 minutes tonight in front. I just hope that we can follow him.
You'll be able to find me, don't worry.
You sure? Okay.
And John Gittins. John is over in, I think it's in France or somewhere.
Is he? Oh, lovely. Well, listen, did you see on there, we mentioned money that we've been paid, and you see that there? People have asked me actually, how do you use that PayPal facility? Well, it's very, very easy. Unfortunately, you can't click on that now, but any communications from us, you can click on it. And really, what we are doing is trying to educate people into a little bit of education about respect live entertainment. But if you just copy that, write that down, copy it, paste it into your browser on your computer, and you can give a few bob, and it does help. It helps everybody in show business. So there you are, Con. So what is next?
Well, we've just seen some of the stuff from 2015, which I thought was brilliant, and brought back a lot of memories. You know, especially Swords Lees. He did the show with us in Blackpool, in Central Pier, I think it was. Yeah. John's noddy. And we gave him a few little bits to do on the show, which he really appreciated. In the finale, you know, when we all lined up at the end for take our applause, he used to come out with a rose. I hold up this rose, and he said, "Excuse me, I have brought this rose on specially for this lovely lady in the front row. She's been laughing and smiling at me all night, and I really appreciate that. Now this rose is just for you. What's your name, by the way?" And she give her name, say Elsie. Say, "Oh, I hate that name."
But John Lennon has just put in the chat box, and by the way, chat box, go on. And anybody who wants to talk, put your hand up. By the way, I'm on full screen at the moment, so I can't see, but just shout if you want to say anything. John has just reminded us that Bobby Davro was on that show. And between Bobby and Ian, they had no idea that it was a family show, did they, Con? And some of the gags they did were absolute lavatory humour. And I remember just sitting with the two of them, and almost you and I, Con, educating them and saying, you know, this is a family audience. And they'd no idea that what they were saying was so rude. No idea. But Con, we get on to the part of the show now where a little topic, and I'm going to put this on Gallery View now. We're on Gallery View now, and the question I want to ask this week, and I'm looking at Linda, Lynda. I'm looking at Linda, and you can unmute yourself, Linda, because you'll be able to answer this question. With all this COVID, what is your conception or your advice or the way you do it? How do you keep in touch with your family?
Same way as we're doing now, really, on Zoom and FaceTime, because it's the only safe way of doing it. My family, you know, I've got a daughter in Macclesfield and one in Norwich, and we have a son in Kimbolton, and we just do it via FaceTime and Zoom. It's my husband's birthday today, so everybody's been FaceTiming him today. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Very good.
That's lovely, Linda. So you can mute yourself now. And Maureen, I'm looking at you. Maureen. And how do you keep in touch? We're all going on to technology, I suppose. I'm the same. But Maureen, any other ideas?
Not really. Just the same way.
And you're supposed to keep talking for 2 minutes. That's the idea.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I do have to go out twice a day because I've got a horse to feed. But apart from that, nothing.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
I've got a friend, and her son is in New Zealand, and they keep in touch on Skype. They do Skype, which is another way of doing it.
Yeah.
And then I talked to some of the lads in my family as well on the phone. You know, you can do a little video thing on the phone as well. That's very good. So many ways now of keeping in communication.
That's lovely. Maureen, you can mute yourself now. And Carol, let's have a little... And by the way, if I ask you a question like this and you don't want to participate, you won't be embarrassed, just simply say pass. Is that okay? Carol, have you got any ways, unusual ways of keeping in touch with family? Letter, maybe?
Not really. This way with you. Telephone calls. Most of the family, it's phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and emails.
Yeah. Lovely. That's lovely. Yeah. And Joy, what do you think? Is it a phone for you, or is it video for you, or is it FaceTime? I've recently found FaceTime, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. But Joy Henderson, what do you think?
Well, keep in contact through phone. And maybe every few weeks for the girls, we'll all go on FaceTime together. Yeah. We still knock about together, so just to keep in touch, see if everybody's okay and that.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. You can mute yourself now. That's lovely. Well, the ideas are terrific there. But the one thing I find that nobody is writing letters, isn't that strange? We've all forgotten how to write letters. And do you know what I love getting from somebody? And I send them myself a little card. What do you think, Con? A little card?
Yeah, I think so. And anything that's personal. You know, when I'm doing cards, birthday cards or anything, I try and make them myself and print them out on my computer and include little pictures and things like that. And that's a great, it's something personal, you know, not something you buy in the shop. Anybody can buy anything in the shop, but if you do it personally and the written word is wonderful.
Yeah,
it's really personal. You know?
That's right. So, Con, shall we get on with what we couldn't do last week? We spent all week getting the Wild Rover together, and then there was a total shambles playing it. But listen, let's get on with that now, and here is the Wild Rover. Picture of that.
1, 2, 3, 1.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I've been a Wild Rover for many a year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent.
It's all spent.
I asked her for credit, she answered me nay.
Nay, nay, nay.
For it's custom like yours I could have every day. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to me parents, confess what I've done.
What's he done?
And I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son.
He's a prodigal son.
And when they've caressed me as often before,
caress me,
I never will play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. The Wild Rover. Wild Rover. No
more. Did you enjoy that, Con?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that? Wasn't that wonderful?
And that's in my favourite pub.
Oh wait no! We've got to see the. Oh wait no! Con. We've got to see the applause. I live on applause. Look at that! Oh my goodness me! They love Irish songs. They love Irish. Philip's not clapping though. Philip, a thumbs up doesn't mean anything. Do you know you can bring 1 million thumbs up in a bag to the bank, and you can't pay your bills with it. Isn't that terrible? But that's lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. That's lovely. And Con, shall we? Would you like to ask Lynn? Is there any birthdays, please?
Any birthdays ago? Oh yeah. Well, we had mention of a birthday, didn't we? Linda's husband.
Jeff.
Hold on a second. We have to do the magic. Could I please have the cake, please, that I went down to Waitrose, especially at 8 o'clock last night. I went down in the rain and the fog and the snow and the sleet. I put on my skis, I put on my Wellington boots, I put on my fur Russian hat and went down to Waitrose. And this cake cost me £223.58.
Wow.
Now, where is Linda's husband?
Coming in.
Oh, he's coming in! Oh, here we are, Jeff! You've got a wonderful surprise. A wonderful surprise. Now, look at the screen, Jeff. Look at the screen. And can you see this now? What I'm going to show you?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? That's the cake. Now, and we're going to sing now. Happy birthday to you, Jeff. Happy birthday to you, Jeff. Happy birthday, dear
Jeff.
Happy birthday to you, and many more. And now, Jeff, as you just like to say, and just shout, and then I'll give you 1, 2, 3, and you blow. Okay? So you just shout, and then you come on screen. Shout.
Ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1. No. You say 1, 2, 3, and blow.
1,
Jeff.
2, 3.
Yes.
No.
Wow. That was a big blow, Jeff.
Wasn't that just amazing? There wasn't trickery. I mean, John Leyland always says we use trickery. No, we don't. We have a special channel coming all the way from Linda and Jeff's house, and it comes all the way down and comes in through a little thing up in the window there, and it comes all the way down and blows out the candle. That is marvelous. And congratulations. And now you're 37, Jeff, I believe.
Absolutely. I shall be from now on.
Oh, well done, Jeff.
You're my toy boy then.
Well, listen. I celebrated at Christmas time, 23rd of December. I was actually 47.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Again and again. Listen, Dick. I was disillusioned by you. You just said that you bought the cakes. I always thought you made them yourself.
No. That's one thing, actually, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's one thing I've never been interested in. Never. All my family do it. They all do it. Little Layla is fantastic, and little Isabel is fantastic, and even Zach, my nephew. They're all tremendous. My son is terrific. My daughter-in-law, Emma, is fantastic, and they send me cakes. And Louisa and Layla, they made a lovely. My favourite is a carrot cake with that lovely carrot cake.
I love carrot cake. Yeah. I don't forget that her mother. She used to make the wonderful cakes, and herself and Auntie Josie, they made fantastic. There was like a competition between them. And then we had another Auntie Alice, and any time we went over to Alice, she'd say, "Look what I just baked." And she used to, all the labels were still on them from the local shop.
But Con, you've got a terrible memory, because my memory of my mother was she was a dreadful cook. Now, she lived in, you are right, she lived in the shadow of Auntie Josie, because Auntie Josie used to make sponge, all the ladies would know this, and some of the gentlemen as well, making cakes. She used to make sponge cakes that would start, put them in the oven like that, and they'd finish up like that. They were astonishing. And then she used to make the fresh cream in the middle, Con, and then she'd put another one on top, and they were about that size. And she used to put them on the old-fashioned sideboard. Yeah. And we'd walk in. In those days, you didn't ring up or anything. You just got on the bus and you went over in the car. We had a car, which was we were posh. And we'd go over to see Auntie Josie. You'd never bother to get in touch with them beforehand, and go over and walk in, and there was the sideboard, wasn't it, Con?
Well, in those days, you couldn't get in touch because we didn't have telephones in those. It was only in the latter days that we got a telephone into our house in Inchicore, in Dublin. Yeah. But nowadays, everybody's got mobiles, so it's dead easy nowadays. The kids today, they don't even know they're born.
If you remember, Con, it was always where we lived, a lovely park we lived, Tyrconnell Park in Inchicore in Dublin. Very proud of being from there. And I did a speech for Cork Toastmasters and did a whole thing about me being born, being so proud of being from Ireland, because Irish people we're very proud of being from Ireland. And the lovely thing was that we were able to say that, and we were able to remember all those days. But we were, generally speaking, Mr. Early, who lived over opposite number 34, was it, or 43? Can never
43.
Remember. 43. He was always the first to have everything, because he was actually the bodyguard for Sean Lamass, who was a member of Parliament in the Tuachta Dála, which was the Irish Parliament, and he had a gun and everything. And they had a huge American car. That's what they used. They didn't use Mercedes in those days. Always American cars. And he used to bring us out, didn't he, Con? Every Sunday, get all the kids. Yeah. And bring us up the mountains. And there was a great line he used to say as we were going up the mountains, up the Dublin mountains, and he'd always, the immortal words were, "Turn around and look." And we'd all turn around, and there was the whole of Dublin laid out in front of us. It was gorgeous, wasn't it, Con?
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's time we had some more music.
Yes, of course. So the next one we've got, Con, and you keep talking while I just get it together.
It's our children's favourite, always has been, always will be, I suppose. And it's one that Ed Stewart, my pal Ed Stewart, Stew Pot as he used to call him, it was his favourite song as well. Anytime he was on the radio, he always played it. And I miss that guy so much. You know, unfortunately, he departed this world a couple of years ago. And we used to play golf together as well. So anyway, this was
lovely. And Con, there's a lovely story to this, because people are always fascinated with the videos and that we do, and we're very keen on doing them correctly and everything. But this is actually the first time we were given 4 cameras. And we set them up, and I set them up before we went on stage at the Hippodrome in Eastport, and you wouldn't believe it. Never thought in a million years. I put them on the speakers and everything to fuck up, and I never thought the vibration. Of course, the vibration knocked them over. So I managed to rescue. There were 2 cameras only worked for this, and I managed to get this amount of photography out of 2 cameras.
Long time ago, when the earth was green. It was green, that's not
there
green
was
anymore.
more kinds of animals than you've ever seen.
Right, and this, they tell us, is the biggest selling children's record of all time. Long time ago, when the earth there was more kinds of animals than you'd ever seen. They'd run around free while the earth had been born, but the loveliest of them all, there was
Green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but you're born. The loveliest of all was the unicorn.
Now God seen some sinner, and it gave him pain, and he said, "Stand back, I'm gonna make it rain." Then he said, "Hey, brother Noah, I'll tell you what to do.
Build me a floating zoo,
and take some of them
green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but you're born. Don't you forget my unicorn."
Well, old Noah was there to answer the call. He finished up making the ark, just the rain started falling. He marched in the animals 2 by 2, and he called out as they went through, "Hey Lord, I got you
Green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but Lord, I'm so forlorn, I just can't see no unicorn.
When the ark started moving, it drifted with the tide. Them unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried. Then the water came down and floated them away. You should see your faces. And that's why you've never seen a unicorn till this very day. Oh, a big awe for all the unicorns. They're nearly as daft as we are.
Green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but you're never gonna see no unicorn.
And that's corn.
So, Con, that's what. Oh, let me see the applause. The applause, Con. Look. That's marvellous. That's marvellous. Some people, Ronnie is throwing money. That's marvellous. That's lovely. Thank you very much. And John Leyland is pleased. And Linda, look at the big smile on Linda, for God's sake. Oh, that's
It was lovely to see Victoria on there as well.
Yeah, Victoria was on there. But that's what we got used to. You know, 4 cameras, and that's how it all started with us in videos. But Con, tell them about the latest video.
Oh, the latest one now. I got Philip to come over and help me, and we did our little bit of videoing that. It's actually, it was a song that he suggested we do, because he used to love it as a young kid. As he was going up to bed, he used to sing, even now, even now, even now. And it's one of my favourite songs as well.
It was Con, if you remember, we did it for years on stage. I don't know why we ever stopped it. Well, we tried to change things around. You get fed up singing the same songs, and people ask us to sing other songs and that. But we recorded it on the Now and Then album, and as John Leyland, you were actually at the original session when we recorded this. He is.
It was at Livingston Studios in North London, Wood Green, I think it was. And it was fascinating for me because it's something I'd always wanted to do, was to see you work in the studio. And I got to see how you build the vocals. And you were working with a guy called Colin Fletcher at the time, who was a famous musician and arranger. And just to see the whole thing come together. But the great bonus for me on that particular day was that when you all went back into the studio to listen to the pre-mix playback, I walked away with a cassette of the track. So I actually had that song a good 7 or 8 months before the album came out. It was great.
Very good.
I've still got it somewhere. Yeah.
John, that would be in the business called a faders up mix.
Yeah.
That's just when you put all the faders up. No effects, nothing on it. Yeah. That's exactly the way it was recorded. Yeah. And strangely enough, John, I have to say this, that sometimes that's even better than the finished product.
Yeah. Well, that's Phil Spector. That's what he used to do. He'd just take one take, rehearsal, and then one take. And that was it. He never mixed anything down, never did anything. It was just one take, and unfortunately he's not with us anymore now.
And sadly today we have the facility for doing thousands of takes and everything. But John, Con is going to introduce this, and you just listen in awe to the absolutely latest way that we have presented even now, and Con is going to announce it.
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favourite songs, originally sung, I suppose, by Barry Manilow, and we did the cover version of it on one of our LPs, and John Leyland was at the session. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Even Now.
when there's someone else who cares, when there's someone home who's waiting just for me. Even now I think about you as I'm climbing up the stairs, and I wonder what to do so she won't see. Even now, when I know it wasn't right, and I found a better life than what we had. Even now I wake up crying in the middle of the night, and I can't believe it still could hurt so bad. Even now, when I have come so far, I wonder where you are. I wonder why it's still so hard without you. Even now, when I come shining through, I swear I think of you and how I wish you knew. Even when I never hear your name, and the world has changed so much since you've been gone. Even now I think about you, and the feeling's still the same, and this pain inside of me goes on and on. Even now, even now, when I have come so far, I wonder where you are. I wonder why it's still so hard without you. Even now, when I come shining through, I swear I think of you, and God, I wish you knew somehow.
Very good. Very good.
Mm.
Oh, I enjoy that.
Now let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. I tell you what, look at that. Isn't that incredible? Where's Philip?
Brilliant.
Philip
Yeah.
is not there. Philip's not, because Philip did a little trick on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ah, I'll tell you what, I had a few tingles up my spine listening to that.
Yeah.
Tingles. I couldn't believe it was me singing.
No.
No, it is a lovely video, and it goes with the song beautifully. And you sang it beautifully, Con,
Thank
and
you
I
very
sang it beautifully.
Oh yeah, you're wonderful.
I know I'm terrific, but nobody has to tell me that I'm terrific. But I have to keep reminding myself.
Oh dear.
But John, was that suitably good? I mean, was it good enough?
I thought the video was great. the song has always been great, and your version of that song has always been great. So yeah, perfectly complimented.
The artistic talents of Mr. Tusky down in Eastbourne.
Technical wizardry.
Oh, you always do this trickery and wizardry.
Oh,
those words.
wizardry.
No, it's sheer talent, John. Sheer talent. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I've only got involved. That was the first. The Unicorn at the Hippodrome was the first time we ever put cameras on ourselves. And I don't know, I took to it immediately, and I've studied it, as you know, I've studied it, and I just love it. And Con, you love it, Con, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's lovely. And it gives us, apart from anything else, during this COVID thing, it gives us something to do during the week, and it keeps us busy. And at the moment, I'm trying to put guitar on another song, which we hope to do soon. I'll tell you about that later. But I think for maybe next week, we'll do something else off the Irish album. I was thinking maybe Rose of Tralee. That's a good song.
That'd be nice.
And any other requests? Anybody, any requests at all for songs?
Any requests, put them in the chat box. Or send me an email, deck@makehits.com. I think everybody knows my email. We're one of the people in show business that we do actually reply to every email, which I've always done ever since this whole email thing started, about 20 years ago? But we always do that. So, Con, what do you think? Love Me With All Your Heart. Oh, there's a good one from John Hutchinson. Hadn't thought of that, Con.
Yeah.
Love Me With All Your Heart. There's a good one.
Make a note of that.
Make a note of that. You make a note of it, Con. I've got everything ready, actually. Writing it down now. Okay. And any other requests you've got, please. Oh, here we are. I'll see. Oh, yes. Yes, Carol, I've got that, and I've got the music out for it and everything, and I'd forgotten, but we promised to do that, and I'll see you in my dreams, Con.
Yeah.
And I got the little ukulele ready and everything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we did the ukulele last week, did we?
Yeah.
Dublin Can Be Heaven. Oh,
Joe Brown does a version of it.
Did we play Dublin Can Be Heaven? No, we didn't. We forgot to. I forgot to do that this week, Con. I had it on my list. Oh, listen, we've got to leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last one for this week, and have a look at this. This is something else.
In Dublin, on a sunny summer morning,
I've been north and I've been south and I've been east and west. I've been just a rolling stone. Yet there's one place on this earth I've always liked the best. Just a little town I call my own. For Dublin can be heaven, with coffee at 11 and a stroll in Stephen's Green. No need to hurry, no need to worry. You're a king, the lady's a queen. Grafton Street's a wonderland. There's magic in the air. There's diamonds in the lady's eyes and gold dust in her hair. And if you don't believe me, come and meet me there in Dublin on a sunny summer morning. I've been here, I've been there, and saw the rainbow's end, but no crock of gold I've found. Now I know that come what will, whatever fate may send, here my roots are deep in friendly ground. For Dublin can be heaven, with coffee at 11 and a stroll in Stephen's Green. There's no need to hurry, no need to worry. You're a king and the lady's a queen. Grafton Street's a wonderland. There's magic in the air.
There's diamonds in the lady's eyes and gold dust in her hair. And if you don't believe me, come and meet me there in Dublin on a sunny summer morning. Grafton Street's a wonderland, there's magic in the air. There's diamonds in the lady's eyes and gold dust in her hair. And if you don't believe me, come and meet me there in Dublin on a sunny summer morning.
Lovely video again. Very good. Wow, look at all that applause.
Let me see. I have to see the applause. I have to see. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, Philip isn't applauding. He's just.
That's beside me, actually.
I know. That was lovely. I enjoyed that. And that was actually originally sung by, he was a relation of ours, but he was a great, famous actor. Oh, you like my trousers? Wait, no, I've got to show my trousers, just to show that I am wearing trousers. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, no.
It was Noel Purcell used to sing that, and he was...
I pulled my microphone out.
Yeah.
I pulled my microphone out, sorry about that. But I just wanted to show you that I was wearing trousers, ladies and gentlemen. And but Noel Purcell, the famous Irish actor, he was a relation of ours, Con, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah. He was famous for that film Moby Dick, if anybody ever saw the film Moby Dick. Yeah. And he, a giant of a man he was nearly 7 foot tall, and had a great big beard. Great character. He did quite a few films, actually, playing character parts.
Yeah, he was actually, we went over to Dublin once with all the gang, Tarbuck and all the gang, and all the comics were there, and you know, my mind's gone blank, Con. Who are all the comics that were with us? Variety Club over in Dublin, and in walked Noel Purcell, and the room just, I mean, this is a long time ago, the room just stopped. He was such a legend of a man, gorgeous man, but it was just amazing. But there we are. So here we are at the end of the show, Con. We've said what we're going to do next week. Probably I'll see you in my dreams for Carol. Was it Carol or Linda? It was Carol, I think. And we'll see how we get. Oh, it was for Linda. There we are. Oh, look at that. What have you got there, Linda, in your hand? What is it? I'll put you out to view right now.
My friend bought me this for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
no.
I'll See You in My Dreams is in it, and I'm currently learning how to play it. There you go.
On what?
Piano.
On piano. Oh, lovely.
Piano.
I've got to learn how to play it on ukulele now. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm a quick learner. But there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for looking at us this week and for all the anticipated tip jar stuff. Thank you very much. And listen, Con, let's say goodbye to everybody, shall we?
Yes, bye-bye, everybody.
And goodbye from Ellen, and goodbye from me in Eastbourne. Bye.